Okay, so in this video I want to go over some strategies to train the core. This video was inspired by a question that I had yesterday. Somebody was asking about how they can change the hollow body if they're feeling it in their lower back. It's a great question. The hollow body should not be felt in the lower back. It should be felt in the anterior core. But before we get into some of the progressions that we use for that, I want to first define how we look at the core. So a general definition of the core is that it's the most central part of something. So in the human body, our spine is at our center. The spine holds the spinal cord. Nerves come off the spinal cord. They go to the muscles, and they provide the messages to the muscles for control. So my point with this is that the muscles closest to the spine are the muscles at our core, and then we work out from there. So what you'll see is whether we're teaching speed progressions or teaching strength progressions, we always start with controlling the spine. And the reason we do that is as you learn how to control your spine, you learn how to control the muscles closest to it. So we have flexion positions, we have extension positions, we have rotation positions, and we have side flexion positions. So within our fundamentals, we go over a variety of different movements that teach control and develop strength in those different planes with muscles that are close to the spine and ultimately strengthen our core. So the hollow body is associated with a flexion position. So throughout this core training video, we're really looking at anterior core muscles, but just remember that all muscles that surround the spine are associated with core training. So whether that be extension, side flexion, rotation, or flexion, these are all positions that are important to fully develop your core. Okay, so hollow body position looks like this. So in a hollow body, we have the pelvis in a posterior tilt, the lower back is on the ground, and in the most challenging position, the hands are overhead. So the rib cage is down, pelvis is back, legs are long, toes are pointed, and we're holding that posture, which requires a lot of strength in the core to not lose the position. Okay, so we're in that really long position, we're putting a lot of stress and a lot of force through our center. So the easiest way to adjust this, if we're losing position, and losing position would be characterized by that anterior tilt, popping up the rib cage, and extending the spine. So we're in a long position here. We can start by bringing the arms down to the side. So maybe once we come here, we're able to keep the ribs down, able to keep the pelvis back, but maybe not. So again, we'll just keep kind of shortening things up. So we're here, we can bring the knees in. Okay, so maybe we find a spot here where we're able to maintain that tilt, ribs down, core engaged, but maybe not. So we can go back another step, and we can lie on the ground, feet are on the ground, tilt the pelvis back, lift the legs up so the knees are over the pelvis. We're keeping that low back on the ground. And in many cases, this is going to get the core going. The anterior core is going to start firing. Your abs are going to start burning, but maybe not. So to make this position more challenging, we can extend the leg. The further we extend the leg, the more length we create, and the more force we're going to apply to the pelvis, and we'll have to have more strength to hold the posterior tilt position. So we've got dead bugs, we've got hollow body short, hollow body long, hollow bodies longer, and then the next thing that I want to illustrate is just how important the hollow body position is for a variety of other core exercises. So tuck crunches, in the bottom of a tuck crunch, we want to be in a nice strong hollow body position at the bottom of each rep. For a tuck bicycle, we want to be in a hollow body at the bottom. So by being in a hollow body, we're holding tension in our core and then creating a position where we're going to be able to come up into that flexion position. The ups are another one. So all these different flexion-based exercises begin in a hollow body position. So these are some of the progressions that we use to strengthen the anterior core and muscles associated with flexion. Again, for full core development, muscles associated with extension, rotation, side flexion are all important to be developed. But at the root of it all, it's important that you're using the correct muscles to do the movement. So just showing or expressing some position that looks like a hollow body may not be in your best interest if you're not feeling it in the right muscles.